Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to our class that is e-business. And this today we are going to go with our new topic that is nothing but technologies which are going to be used uh, in our mobile banking. Let's have here uh, just a wait. Yeah, I just open the slides so that you can able to understand. So before going further class, I want to just give the introduction for this. Here it means that today we are going to learn what are the technologies we are using in our mobile banking. That means what are the technologies will be used by the softwares or by the bankers or by the bank peoples to give the quality of service to their customers. So we are going to learn that. So here, technically speaking, most of these services can be deployed using more than one channel. Presently, mobile banking is being deployed using mobile applications developed on one of the following four channels. Strictly speaking, four technical uh, technologies has been there in the mobile banking. And the first one is IVR. It means interactive voice response, SMS, short messaging service. Third one, WAP. That is nothing but wireless access protocol. The last one is standalone mobile application clients. So in depth, we will learn how it works and what is the use of these four technologies used by the mobile banking by the bankers. Let's start with our game, with our class. That is the first one, IVR, interactive voice response. IVR operates or it will provide the service through pre-specified numbers that banks advertise to their customers. It means that it will provide the numbers and the banks will advertise to their customers with the help of the specified number. That means what the numbers has been given to the bank by the customer. With that pre-specified numbers, the bankers will give a voice message to them. They will call it and they will fulfill the customer's requirement. And customers, that means it is working like an advertisement. The banker will send the message or they will give a kind of advertisement on that number so the customers can be aware of that or upcoming new technologies or ideas from the banks. Customers make a call at the IVR number. See, whenever we are having a problem with the bank, we'll call. When we are calling to that bank, particular branch bank, we are calling to its IVR number. The full form is interactive voice response and usually greeted by a stored electronic message followed by a menu of different options. So when we call to the bank will say you will get a record call or greeted call will be there. Welcome to HDFC Bank. Very soon our client is going to fill up that, or if you want to start a new account, press 1, or if you want to talk or query is there, you have to press 2, like that the call will be there. That is called the greeted call from you, and it's a recorded call will be there. Then and some banks directly a person will be there. He will greet you with an stored electronic message followed by a menu of different options. Now, customer can choose options by pressing the corresponding numbers in their keypads and are then read out the corresponding information, mostly using a text to speech the message. Yeah, what I was saying just now, it was there. See, when we call to a person, to the bank will have a electronic recorded voice call. Response will be there. So what are the things you need? Either you want to open the account or you want to need the details of your bank and you need to close your account, or you want to block your ATM card, or if you lose your password, what it may be. So the numbers will be there on the keypad. You have to press it and you will fulfill your requirements. So the information will be there. Now, how a call moves from the IVR system. See here on the picture, the customers is calling and IVR system is there, and here the menu will be there. According to the menu, if it is going, if be necessary, call is routed to a human. If not, then it will go for the FAQ questions will be there. That means frequently asked questions. Then sometimes it will be contact directly to the person. So this is the process or the procedure of IVR system in mobile banking, and this is one of the technology I can say on the mobile banking. Now, mobile banking based on IVR has some major limitations that they can be used only for inquiry based services. Apart from that, it is more expensive as compared to other channels as it involves making a voice call, which generally more expensive than sending an SMS or making data transfer. So what is happening when we are calling? Our money will be deducted, or it will consume some time, or the response will come very late. So little bit expensive it will be. So expensive in the sense not only in the monetary fund but also in the time fund. See, as we are saying, time is equal to money for big business people. For them, the time is also money. So it is there now. Mobile. Here, if you see here another picture. See in the keypad what is happening. You are making a call. Again, the customer will say if you want the inquiry call, you have to press a number 1 or 2 or 3 on the keypad. You are pressing it, then you will speak what is the response, and fourth one he may not respond you, or the call will be there, or it will be recorded, it will be response. So these are the steps how the mobile IVR system will takes place. Now we look at the second term or the second technology what we are using in the mobile banking, that is SMS. It means that, I mean, the full form of SMS is short messaging service. Keep in mind, students, don't get confused. Here, SMS is nothing but short messaging service. So, what is the uses of SMS? As you know, it is used for texting the message or text messaging standard to enable mobile application based on banking. The way this works is that the customer's request for information by sending an SMS containing a service command to a pre-specified number. The bank responds with a reply SMS containing the specific information. So these are the things where it will help you. So this is the second service by the mobile banking, and I can say it is a second technology, one of the technology. So what is happening? What the customer will do? The customer will call to his customer care number of that particular bank, and it will the response is there. Then we should have to send the message. For example, I want to add my number. That means to the bank. The bank should have to send the information to me on my mobile number. What are the other depositing or withdrawing money or statement, what it may be. So I have to connect my mobile number. So for that, we can send a small commands message in the text message by commanding to the request of the banks. For example, I want to connect. So I have to send like SMS space SBI space something, the amount which will be there by internet banking. So my mobile number will be verified in the application of the net banking or mobile banking. So this is the one of the technology. With this, what we will having, whenever we are withdrawing the money, we will get the message that you have withdrawn the money from so and so bank, ATM, or location or time, and what is the balance left over there. So these are the things. This will comes in the SMS service, and this is the one of the technology. Now, one example I will give you. See, a customer of the HDFC Bank in India can get their account balance details by sending the keyword HDFC BAL balance. When we send this, like when we are sending to like Vodafone, Jio, what it may be, nowadays the HDFC Bank has given a SMS service to all its customers that if the customers want to know its balance, just they have to text the message with their verified number by texting the message HSD, it should be in the capital HDFCBAL, and you have to send it, and you will receive their balance information again by SMS only. Within a short span of time, you will get the information. So what you are getting in, you are benefited by saving your time, efforts, money. And most of the services rolled out by major banks using SMS has been limited to the inquiry based ones, on the inquiry base, who has either the check has been withdrawn or not, or pass or not, or amount is there or not, XYZ, or you want to have the joint account with your family members or with your nominee. All these things will be there with the help of this SMS. Now, if you see here in the picture, what is happening here? The internet is there, your mobile is there, and your connect it is connecting to the MSC mobile service center will be there. From there, the internet will be there, and it is going to your SMS center. Then the SMS center will send the message to the SMS gate. Again, this SMS gate will send the information via internet, and it will go to the SMS application, and this SMS applications will send the data in the bank database. So the bank database will store it, and they will send it back to your mobile number. So a fraction of time will take for fill upping this. So this is the proper process of SMS took place in the mobile banking. I hope students you are getting the concept and topic easily. So you should have to draw this picture when it asks in the examination, because this is one of the important topic of this chapter. We are in the fifth unit. I repeat, we are in the fifth unit, and this is the last unit of this subject. Now we'll go for the next term. Now, one of the major reasons that transaction based service have not taken on SMS is because of concern security, and SMS does not enable the banks to deliver a customer user interface to make it convenient for customers to access more complex services such as transactions. See, a very good question has been asked. See, why the transaction has not been open in SMS? We can't do it, transactions. Sometimes it may be personal. It should be confidential. And the transactions will be sometimes very big lengthy. We can't send in the message. The limits will be there. It will be the SMS characters will be 250 words, letters, sorry, or some space will be there, what it may be. But the transactions, it will be in the Excel sheet or in the Access ordinary. We can't send all these details. So the transaction has been stopped in the SMS. So these are the reasons we have to keep in mind while doing the SMS using the SMS application. Now, what is the main advantage of SMS is that it will helps almost, that means the mobile phones include the low end and cheaper ones which are most popular in countries like India and China are SMS enabled. So with the small on our mobile itself only, we are getting the information what is there in our bank balance or accounts. So it is a cheaper one. So what's happening? No need to go to the bank, stand in a line, fill up a challan or a form. We have to request, please tell me, or please enter in my passbook. No need of doing all this. In the olden days, 10 years back or 15 years back, people used to go to the bank. They have to stand in a line or in a queue. They have to fill up the form, or they have to take the passbook. They have to take the entry, and you will come to know about your balance. But now this SMS has saved the time and efforts of the customer by just sending a small message like I have explained in the last slide, HDFC balance. So you'll get the balance in your mobile phone. With that, you can take the decision, appropriate decision for your requirements. So where it is happening mostly most popular, that means population countries like India and China, it is very easy. Now, an SMS based service host on a SMS gateway, as I was showing the picture, that further connects to the mobile service provider's SMS center. There are a couple of hosted IP. IP means Internet Protocol based SMS short message service gateways available in the market, and also some open source ones like Canon. I'll just show you how it will helpful. This, just see the picture on the screen, you will come to know. Yeah, I hope students you understand how the message is taking place, how it is going in the space, again connecting to the service center, again it is going to the SMS center, then gateway, then application, then in the bank database. Yeah, now we'll go for the third technology, that is WAP. The full form of WAP is Wireless Access Protocol. WAP uses a concept similar to that used in internet banking. Banks maintain websites which customer access using a web compatible browser on their mobile phones. So what is happening? What is the use of web? It is used in the internet banking. So the banks maintain websites for customer accessing a web compatible browser on their mobile phones. So what is the use of these websites? It offers the familiar form, a base interface, and can also implement security quite effective. That means this wireless access protocol will help to the customer for providing the security, like a password will be there or any voice recorder. A big businessman or an organization or firm, they'll keep three. In password, one more password will be there. Again, in that password, one more password will be there. Two or three passwords will be there. That will be helpful for keeping the things or the fund security with quite effectively. Like Bank of America offers a web-based service channel to its customers in Hong Kong. Like we are having the Swiss bank account. So the password will be there. Again in password, one more password will be there. Again in that password, one more password will be there. So this is used for keeping the security and safety of the bank balance. So the people used to take the things in a polite way. Now, these banks customers can now have anytime, anywhere access to a secure, reliable service that allows them to access all inquiry, transactions, and complex transaction and trade everything within their from their phone or mobile itself only. So this WAP is a technology, how we are having SMS technology for common customers, but WAP is one technology that is used for the selected or unique customers of the bank for their trade business, for their long-term security. The people who are having a big business or who want to keep some data confidentially, those people will use this WAP services. Now, a web-based service requires hosting a web gate. We need for that service we need a web gateway which is there. What is web gate? I will show you in the picture so that you can able to understand what term it means, how it works. Now, mobile applications users access the bank site through the web gateway to carry out transactions much like internet users access a web portal for accessing the bank service. When a mobile, for example, I have an HDFC bank account. I have downloaded an app of HDFC. When I was opening the site, the web gateway will carry out our transactions. When I'm opening that, the transactions of HDFC Bank, for example, I'm sitting in Hyderabad and I'm having a bank in Mehbubnagar district. So in Mehbubnagar district, my HDFC Bank is there. So how can I upload? With the help of this web will help me to show all the transaction in my mobile phone. So this is the main purpose of web. So I'm having one password and token number will be there. Password will be there. That will be given to a customers, hidden one. So that is the way of utilizing this technology. And for this unit, internet is compulsory, damn sure. So with the help of internet only we can open, and this service is known as wireless access protocol. Yes. Now you see here in the picture. See, this is the service of web. How the web is taking place. This is your mobile. You are connecting to the MSC mobile service center, and this MLC will provide to a web gateway. Okay, wireless access protocol gateway. Again, this gateway we need internet. With the help of this internet, a server will be connected, and we will have our own transaction. We can open and we can check it out. Now we'll go for the last one, that is the standalone mobile application clients. So every individual have or every client have their mobile phones and they're having their applications. So what is the use of this? It holds the most promise, that means the banks will hold out most promises that as they are most suitable to implement complex banking transaction like trading in securities. This is only used for business people or who are having the current account, not individual as saving account. This is used for current account people only. The people who are running their business, they will go for a big securities and trading will be takes place from the one bank to another bank, from one country to another country, sometimes from one continent to another continent. At that time, this that means standalone mobile application client will be used. Once they will send the password, one time password will be there. They will send within a fraction of time. Send it will help it. So they can be easily customized according to the user interface complexity supported by the mobile. In addition, Mobile applications enable the implementations of a very secure and reliable channel of communication. I hope students you have understand this very important. That means while we are doing so nowadays, how the business people are sleeping at night frequently and without any tension because of these services providing by the mobile banking. So this is one of the important. Now, one requirement of mobile application client is that they require to download it on the client device before they can be used. So what they have to use, they have to download the application in their mobile, and it should be a secret one. It should not have to stop, or I mean it should not have to be informed to others. So we have to be very careful. Now, which further this mobile device will support one of the many development environments like J2ME or columns brief. These are the applications, and it is a fast becoming an industry standard to deploy mobile application and requires a mobile phone to support Java. These are the software, and it will help to the peoples. Now, I will show you a picture so that it will be easily understandable. See, this is the mobile phone. From mobile to mobile, how it is accessing with the help of 4G network. So this NSC cloud computing, it is helping to survive everywhere. Now, the major disadvantage of mobile application client is that the application needs to be customized to each mobile phone on which it might finally run. J2ME ties together the API for mobile phones which have similar functionality in what it calls for files. So I hope students you understand the topics of today's class. Please mention your roll numbers in the comment box and mention your roll numbers once again in the comment box. Thank you. If you are having any kind of doubts, please let me know in the comment box also, so that in the next class I can cover up that topic. Thank you. Have a nice day.